Good morning, guys. So I've got another video for you covering the states of matter. I just want to reiterate everything that we talked about, make sure that you really understand it before we go into our experiment on Friday, and we're going to have a little quiz after our experiment. So, states of matter. If you remember, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. I gave some examples, just some stuff that you see every day around your house. I've got some more details about a solid here. If you remember, all matter is made up of molecules. The molecules in a solid are tightly packed together. They're in a nice little pattern here, nice little neat rows. They are very close together. They don't move a whole lot. They do not move freely. Some examples, I just picked some stuff that was around me. My phone is always next to me. My dog is always next to me. Table, a chair, there's a rock in here. Next we've got liquid. Again, I just picked some liquids that were nearby. Pen, ink, water, soap. The molecules in a liquid are close together, but they're not tightly packed like in a solid. See, they're not in those nice, neat little rows anymore. They are allowed to flow freely, which is what allows a liquid to flow, which is what you think of when you think of a liquid. Last but not least is gas. The molecules in a gas have no molecular arrangement. They are random, they're all over the place, they bounce around like crazy. A gas can expand or shrink to fill its container, so you can put it in a tiny little container or you can let it out in the entire room. It'll take up the whole room. Some examples are clouds, steam, oxygen, again, just things that you see every day. We talked about processes a little bit. I've got a slide here explaining the processes a little bit more. You will need to know these for your quiz. So I'm going to go over them real quick. I used water in examples in all of these. So if you have the liquid form of water and you add heat or you boil it, it turns into a gas, which we call steam. This process is called evaporation. That is when a liquid turns into a gas. So over here, the liquid form of water, when it's cold or if you freeze it, becomes a solid, which is ice. The water vapor gas, when it gets cold or is exposed to cool air, it turns back into a liquid, which is water. When it turns back into a liquid and gets on the outside of your glass, it's called condensation, and that's why it's wet sometimes. The solid form of water is ice. Whenever you heat it up or just let it sit out in the warm air, it turns back into a liquid, and that's called melting. So I've got an assignment for you here. I'm going to pause it because it likes to cut me off. I want you to go around your house, and I want you to pick out 3 solids, 3 liquids, and 3 gases. I want you to write it down, put your name on your paper, bring it in to me tomorrow. I will put this video by itself as well as the Powtoon video on its own on our website, so you can look at it and review it before you come back in tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.